as, what would I be, the tandem person?
Yeah, you'd be my victim. My passenger, my passenger.
Hello, welcome to Tonka Talk, where we talk about all things community and connection and people creating that community and connection, which is today while I'm talking to Alex Peterson from SkyBrothers Paragliding. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Can you explain, kind of in a nutshell, what is SkyBrothers Paragliding and what are you doing in and around Lake Minnetonka? Because there's been photos and video popping up on all these different Lake Minnetonka pages of these crazy people soaring across the sky. And I found out it's you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what is this all about?
So about 25 years ago, I took my first paragliding flight in New Zealand, and it's basically an aircraft that fits in a backpack. It's a long skinny wing, bunch of strings, and a little harness that's not too dissimilar from this chair. And we do towing on Lake Minnetonka. In the wintertime, we'll drive our truck out there, and we'll put a winch in the back of the truck with 6,000 feet of string on it, and we'll drive the truck away at 20 miles an hour and tow people up to 2,000 feet where they could go float around for a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is an activity that you can do in the winter time, and you can also do it in the summer months. Oh my gosh, fall.
Yeah, beautiful with the fall colors. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So in the wintertime, we do it on Wayzata Bay, and we did a big event for the Chile Open this winter where we did a lot of towing up over there and took lots of tandems up in the sky. And then in the summertime, we move operations out closer to Lake Waconia. We have a dirt road out there with no power lines, and we're able to tow up to 2,000 to 3,000 feet out there as well. So we have a good time, and we try to drag all our friends out and all their friends' friends, and you're going to come out soon. You come watch. You gotta come at least watch.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And then we'll get you in.
Really surrender to
exactly
the idea of doing that. I have, if you do not know, I've talked about it before, I have what I consider to be a healthy fear of heights. What surprises you the most about when you take people up, you do these tandem trips? Are you ever surprised by how scared they are or what their reaction is to it? What's kind of the most common reaction you get?
Yeah, I tend to see one of two things happening. The first one is it's usually the soccer moms or the old ladies that are scared to go.
That'd be me.
And they get terrified. They're nervous. They show up. They have to pee. They're not sure if they want to go. And then when we finally convince them to go, they have the best time. And they're screaming and swearing and just having the time of their life up there. And they come down and they land. And they're like, "What? That was it? I want to go again." So you have that reaction. And then you have the guys that are too cool and everything's fine. And they get up there and they act like little babies. And they're holding on for dear life. And so it kind of goes one of two ways. You have the scared people having fun and the people that are confident and cocky, and they're the ones up there kind of crying for their moms. So you get one of two reactions.
What is the minimum age to be able to go on a tandem flight with you, if there is one?
So I've taken 3-year-olds and they're little teeny babies. On our Instagram site, we actually have a great video of a little kid that I took. It has over 1 million views on it now.
Wow. How do people find you on social media?
I have SkyBrothers Paragliding on both Instagram and Facebook. And then SkyBrothersParagliding.com is where we kind of forward most of our people to. We have a gallery and it answers kind of the frequently asked questions and things like that, and a calendar if you want to schedule something to come out and fly with us.
How long is a paragliding ride typically if someone's signing up to go ahead and try it out?
Yeah, so a tandem flight typically will last about half an hour. We try to keep it.
That's long.
We try to keep it a little bit on the short side if they're a little apprehensive. We can adjust the length of flight by how high we go, and we usually gauge it on how confident or how scared the person is. So we can kind of correct as we go to make sure that you're feeling comfortable and it's all feeling good for everybody. So half an hour on the long side, 10 minutes on the short side, and you'll have a good experience. The fun things to fly with are like the hawks and the eagles, because they'll come right in and check us out.
What?
Oh yeah, they'll come right in on your wingtip and come and check you out.
Seriously?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
It's super cool. You'll see them thermaling too, where they're making the circles and starting to go up, and so you'll fly in above them and you can actually circle up to the clouds with them, and it's just spectacular there.
That's amazing.
Once in a while we see like corn stalks and leaves up there, flocks of little birds, other pilots. Once in a while you'll see like a trash bag floating around up there, so all sorts of stuff. It's such a cool way to be outside and to see the local community that we all love so much, and to boat on it in the summertime and you're out there looking with no windows. You're just sitting there in basically a lawn chair and you're looking down going, oh my God, I know all these places, and it's so cool to be able to see the places that we love to go and frequent.
That is one of the coolest things that I think I would love about it is being able to have this bird's eye view of what's going on down there. I've been up in a plane, like a stunt plane, but didn't enjoy as much as the view because I was terrified. But when I did give into it, it was so beautiful.
It is hard to describe. I try to take a ton of pictures and videos and bring it back that way because it's so indescribable, really.
Yeah.
But imagine if you and I were just in our lawn chairs and we could just levitate up to 2,000 feet and just hang out there for 10 minutes. That's kind of what it's like. It's just like, we shouldn't really be up here. I can't believe this thing works as well as it does. And here we are just hanging out in the clouds, just like looking around like, this is the weirdest, coolest thing. So when I take people from Lake Minnetonka area, they're always like, kind of like, oh my God, this is, I know all these spots, and they can see everything that they're already familiar with, and it's really fun for people to go up and kind of see the local the spots that they hang out with all summer.
If you have questions about this, whether if you're not quite to the point where you're like, yeah, I absolutely want to do this, or you're curious, reach out to them because you're really willing to answer questions and share this. And I think that's what I love most about this and what you're doing is your passion and enthusiasm for it is like the thing.
It's
you know
so the thing. It's so fun. And I love to share it with everybody because I've had so much joy from it, and I've brought a lot of people into it, and they're now having joy from it as well. So taking people on a tandem flight is like my favorite thing now because I've kind of peaked on all the experiences that I could do. So being able to share it with a scaredy cat like yourself would be, it's just, it's the highlight of my day. It's so fun to take kids up there and they're looking around and can't believe it's working, and it's just great. So when people take that first step, then they want to go and do their own flying as well. I love taking them to the park, and those first little miniature kind of baby bird flights are the best too. So
because that's the other thing is if someone does a tandem flight and you're really into it, like the way that you discovered it in New Zealand, you'll work with them where they can. Is it kind of one-on-one, or do you do group classes?
At the beginning it's one-on-one, and then once you kind of know what you're doing, we'll have a couple other students that also know what they're doing, so I can kind of babysit 3 or 4 of you at a time, and we'll all go to the training hill and take a few little flights. You should maybe come and do that. There's no heights involved. You could take a couple little skimmer flights, we call them, where you're just 5 feet over the ground.
Oh yeah,
100
that'd be a
feet.
good place to start.
Right?
Yeah.
And you get your confidence up, and then you understand how this thing works, and you're like, oh, this isn't so, it's not so scary because you understand how it works a little more.
If you sign up to do this, I want to see photos and video. Tag Tonka Talk. Would love to hear about your experience. Thank you so much for sharing.
Awesome.
And definitely, we will get there.
Okay.
I know for sure we can get Kelly up there. She would go today.
Okay,
you know? and then I'll baby step. Maybe I'll do the
Come
little
watch
scary.
her. Come watch her fly.
Exactly.
And
then I'll be jealous and like, I want to try that.
I want to go too. We'll FaceTime you from up there.
Yeah.
Right?
Can you? Does it work?
Yeah.
Ooh, we could live stream.
Oh, that'd be cool. Right? Yeah, we should do it.
What we should do is just live stream it.
There we go. Cool. All right, thanks for watching, you guys. Come fly soon.
Exactly. Stay tuned because we might live stream it.
Okay.
All right. I will talk to you later.